here at the gym, about to shoot this quick video. Basically, in response to some internet stuff that I heard of Floyd Mayweather saying that he and Al Haymon would be entering MMA and promoting and managing fighters. Let me just quickly say that Floyd, once again, is talking out of his ass, okay? Haymon's competitive advantage in boxing is the fact that boxing is full of many incompetent people. Also, the promoters, because they deal with different networks, HBO and Showtime, and there's pay-per-view involved, a manager can go around the promoter and make deals the way that Al Haymon's been doing them. In the world of MMA, it doesn't work that way. The UFC pretty much has monopolized the industry. The UFC purchased Strikeforce that was on Showtime, and they also, before that, they purchased EWC, if I'm not mistaken, and they also purchased Pride. So they've pretty much bought out the competition, and they're basically the premier supplier of MMA talent in the world. Now, the UFC has control of everything. The UFC doesn't go to a network to sell fights. I mean, they have a deal with Fox, but a manager can't go around that because there's already a contract in place. So Al Haymon can't do what he does in boxing in the world of MMA. The pay-per-views are controlled solely by the UFC, and the TV production and everything else is done by the UFC. So the UFC has solidified themselves as the #1 premier supplier of MMA, but they also have a solid business plan that really doesn't allow for competition and does not allow for managers like Al Haymon to come in and dictate terms to them. In MMA, what happens is the managers have no control. They basically do whatever Dana White and the UFC says. So again, he can't do in the UFC what he's been able to do in boxing, no matter how deep of a stable he'll come to get. So that's just, in my opinion, Floyd once again talking out of his ass. You know, it just goes to show how much of a fucking douchebag he is when a guy like Dana White shows up to his weigh-in, shows up to his fight, gives the guy some love and support, and then he says something like that's no different from in the last fight when Richard Schaefer introduces Floyd, and Floyd basically takes a shit on Golden Boy Promotion by saying that one day his promotional company will be the biggest one and yada yada yada. It's just a bad taste. It's a disrespect. It shows a lack of class and humility. But once again, you know, this is just Floyd talking out of his ass again. Al Haymon and Floyd would have no influence in MMA the way that they've had in boxing. So that's it. You heard it from me. Follow me at Twitter at YDKSAB and follow me at Facebook at Boxing Freaks. 2 words. Peace.